news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center with foggy conditions on the outside. Very mild temperatures to start the morning off. It looks as though this week is going to be pretty much above average when it comes to not only precipitation, but also temperatures. We're looking at a very active system that is taking shape. As we mentioned over the past week to 10 days, we were looking for a rather dramatic change when it came to not only the temperatures, but also the precipitation pattern. And that's exactly what is happening. Don't be a bit surprised if we talk about the possibility of 1, 2, very possibly 3 major systems affecting Michigan as we roll through from midweek this week all the way into not only the upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that. But again, that's a part of our weather forecast that we'll talk about as we move through the next couple of minutes. Right now, Matthew Lester, I noticed that we've got some pretty thick fog out there. What's going on temperature-wise?
Currently, over at the airport, it's foggy at 34 degrees. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 34. Here at Radio Center, it's foggy at 34 degrees. We have northeast winds at 8 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.89, and it's falling.
We should work our way up close to 40 degrees for a high. As a matter of fact, we do have some locations in the state, surprisingly, with partly to mostly sunny skies and temperatures. Well, Battle Creek right now is sunshine and 41. Benton Harbor, sunshine and 44. Kalamazoo is sunshine. At last look, they were 39. It's 40 degrees in downtown Detroit. They're looking at some sun as well. Those are the exceptions to the rule. Everybody else looking at mostly cloudy skies. And the further north you get, the snowier it is getting. Alpena right now this hour is reporting snow. Bel Air also snow. Cadillac, Charlevoix, Frankfort, Grayling, Houghton Lake, Manistee, Oscoda, Traverse City, all reporting snow this hour. A few snow flurries in Escanaba, but that's about it. Everybody else in the Upper Peninsula looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and just simply mostly cloudy skies. Now, we alluded to the system that there is going to be one that'll start right around, I want to say Wednesday, I think late Wednesday night, maybe as early as late Wednesday afternoon, and it'll carry through a good part of the day on Thursday. By that, I mean there's a series of systems that is moving from the Pacific through the Pacific Northwest, heading across the northern Rockies, gathering moisture as it moves into northern parts of the central part of the continental United States, not all the way up in Dakota, but the pathway of these systems is going to run through northern sections of Nebraska, northern Iowa, and then head almost right straight east. So the pathway of the low pressure system, at least the one coming up, is going to be pretty close, if not just south of the Michigan border with Indiana and Ohio. That's what it looks like as of right now. Of course, that pathway is not certain. Might be a little wiggle or wobble to it, but one thing is for sure, there is going to be a lot of moisture. There's going to be a lot of turbulence associated with that system. As a result, they're talking thunderstorm activity in the Tennessee Valley, southern sections of the Ohio River Basin, and obviously down toward the Gulf Coast states. North of that system, they're talking pretty strong likelihood of freezing rain. There have been some projections that really are nothing more than projections. It's nothing concrete. But there is going to be a strip, a band of some freezing rain, and then that changing over into snow. And right where that changeover takes place, it's going to be a heavy, wet snow. And it does appear as though the best chance of all of that is going to be the southern 2/3 of the lower peninsula, which will obviously include the Great Lakes Bay region. So if you are planning on doing some traveling, and might be other than just 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, you might want to just keep your ears tuned as we get a little bit closer to Wednesday, and especially to Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night, because we are going to be looking at temperatures hovering right around that 30, 32, 34 degree level. High temperature on Wednesday will be 28. And then the overnight low on Wednesday night, we're projecting to be 28 as well. So the chances of freezing precipitation, freezing rain, snow will kick in as we go through the day on Wednesday, late in the day on Wednesday, Wednesday night, and then over much of the day on Thursday, where it will be a mix of rain and snow. Depending on the speed, now these systems look like they could be steady movers. They're not going to sit and just churn away. They're going to move. So if it starts as early as what we think it could, which would be later in the day on Wednesday night, by Thursday afternoon, the system should be pretty much clear of Michigan heading toward the East Coast, because the East Coast is projecting to have a major winter storm affecting them later in the day on Thursday into Friday. So if you have some airline travel that's scheduled for later on this week heading toward the East Coast, you might want to, again, pay a little bit more attention to the weather, because there could very easily be some delays in any travel. Mostly cloudy skies with some light precipitation as we go through the day today. Our high temperature should be right around 39 degrees. Looking for a low tonight with clearing skies of 21. Sun will set this evening at 5:51, rise tomorrow morning at 7:49. Sun early tomorrow, clouds later, 25 for a high tomorrow. The low pressure system we're talking about is going to be developing over Wyoming tomorrow. Wednesday, 30 for a high, 25 for a low, mostly cloudy skies, frozen precipitation late in the day and the evening on Wednesday night. Throughout this period, we're not looking at any real strong gusty winds, but they are going to be moving from a south to a southeast to an east to a northeast, and eventually to a easterly breeze and then westerly breeze as we move in through the day on Thursday. No real strong gusts, though, 10, 15 miles per hour. That's pretty much going to be it. Long range, take us all the way through the 16th of the month, is going to be a continuation of below normal temperatures, above normal as far as precipitation goes. Record high in this state is 46. That was set back in 1920. The record low, 15 below zero. That was set in 1976. Average for this time of the year, 29 in the afternoon and 15 at night. And of course, our low last night was warmer than what our normal high should be for this time of the year. The warmest ever, 2019 on this date, the 3rd of February. 46 was our high, 38 was our low. The coldest ever, 1996. 4 was our high, 14 below zero was our low. And incidentally, beginning tomorrow and going for a stretch of better than 2 weeks in February a year ago, we had average high temperatures during that entire period of time in the 40s, and our average lows were in the 30s. So obviously it was a very warm February, and in some cases a year ago, in 2024, the month of February turned out to be the warmest ever in recorded history. No repeat on that this year. It does appear, as I said, we'll be averaging temperatures pretty close to normal, maybe slightly below, and that's going to generate all of that chances of seeing some snow. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the Michigan Corn Growers Association and the Corn Marketing Board of Michigan. The reason that all eyes should be on your internet is beginning tomorrow. Coffee with Corn comes back. Corn Marketing Program of Michigan will be hosting a webinar series that runs all the way from tomorrow, February the 4th, into April the 15th. And they're going to be covering a wide range of topics affecting corn growers. If you would like to be a part of that, you do need to register. And the easiest way to do it is by going to micorn.org. Tomorrow, they're going to be talking about tariffs and how new tariffs could impact United States corn farmers. Krista Swanson with the National Corn Growers Association will be the featured guest. So again, Coffee with Corn comes back after a brief break of a year or so. And obviously the hot topic is going to be tariffs. So for more information on that and registration, again, it's micorn.org. And incidentally, it's my understanding that just within the last hour or so, the Trump administration has reached an agreement with Mexico to delay the tariff situation with them for at least the next 30 days. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Joining me now, Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West in Frankenmuth. Gary, I hope you had a nice weekend.
I did. Hopefully you did as well, Terry.
Sure did. Frankenmuth was a busy town. So
Oh, yeah.
today now all that's left is what? Snow cones?
Well, it's probably, you go down there probably today. It's it doesn't look as good as it did over the weekend, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty busy. And from what I understand, the markets, how did we finish off on Friday?
Well, Friday, we ended up, wheat was down 7, corn 8, and beans were down 2. So, yeah, we had a little bit of profit taking at the end of the week there, Terry. And I know going into the weekend, the forecast was looking a little bit better for South America. So, and then, of course, the tariff talk, which will be ongoing here today, tomorrow, the week, and weeks to come. So, like you just mentioned, with the Mexico tariffs on pause, you could say, for the next 30 days, that took just flipped the switch on the grain market there, Terry. We were down a dime on wheat, a dime on corn, and 11 cents on beans early this morning. But when that announcement came out here mid-morning, it just kind of flipped the switch, and we got everything up right now.
So right now, what do you have on the board?
Yeah, we got cash wheat up 12 right now, Cherry, at 557 on the white, 482 on the red. New crop up a dime at 594 on the white, 509 on the red. Cash corn up 8 at 420. New crop is up a nickel at $4. Cash soybeans up 14 at 976, and new crop is up 8 at 979.
You said flip a switch? How big was that switch, man?
Yeah. The range on wheat is 24 cents today, 18 on corn, and 29 on beans. You went from the low to the high. We're just trading off the highs by a couple pennies here. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Headline. Watch your headlines today, guys.
Yeah, no kidding. The best advice you could give: watch the headlines.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you take care, Gary. Have a great day. Okay.
Thanks. You too.
Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more as far as what those markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Everybody qualifies for the employee price discount on all new in-stock 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks at Schaefer and Beerline. So Buy from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is by going to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And remember, everybody qualifies for the employee price discount on all new in-stock 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks at Schaefer and Beerline. Market Report also brought to you by Thumb Bank, making agricultural loans since 1895. They can help you stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation, Mr. Farmer. So Thumb Bank, they're the folks that you should be contacting and working with. Where relationships are built on trust, Thumb Bank and Trust, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Did you buckle up?
Wild one today.
I guess.
Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, started out really negative on the stock market. The dollar got up to 109.88 or so. That's pretty ugly. Shaved a penny off since then when the deal was made with Mexico. No deal with Canada yet, but I'm gonna guess they'll cave. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna guess they will. We got a new low on Dow, of course. A lot of new lows. Just because, if they were weak, they got weaker. But a lot of recovery too. A lot of the stocks bounced back a buck or so. Not 100% convinced that it's a buying opportunity, but give me a couple days. I'll come around. But so I don't know. Crude oil is flat. Gas and heating oil up about 4 cents. Natural gas up 11%, so that's a mover. Precious metals higher today too. Just because anything but stocks, I guess. So here's your numbers. The March corn is 490.5, up 8.5. September corn 467, up 6 3/4. March soybeans 1058 1/4, up 16 1/4. The September soybeans 1059 3/4, up 10 1/2. March wheat 571 1/4, up 11 3/4. And September wheat 607 1/4, up 9 1/4. So the crude oil is 72.46. That was way up. As a matter of fact, it hit today 75.18. So you can see the volatility there. It's currently just down 7 cents. The heating oil is 243.57. That's up 3.8 cents. Gasoline 209.77, up 3.9 cents. Natural gas is 338. That's up 33.5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.4588 Canadian. That's up 64 ticks. The dollar buys 154.62 yen. That's down 56 ticks. The euro is at 102.99, down 63 ticks. And the dollar is at 108.78, up 42 ticks. Gold's at 28.3580, up 23.30 an ounce. Silver's 32.35, up 22.5 cents. Platinum's at 1033.20. That's up $10. And copper is at 431.25. That's up 3.5 cents.
As Gary Kaufman said, watch the headlines, right?
Mm-hmm. What a wild one.
No doubt. No question. Doug, you have a great one. We'll talk to you again.
You do.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed dealer. They do carry the full line of corn and Enlist soybean seed. Justin Varner, he's the guy you should be talking to over at Freeland Bean and Grain. Remember, Dairyland seed. They've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. Where serving you is their business. Might be a good idea for a lot of folks in Michigan to celebrate today. It's National Cherry Day. And of course, Michigan leads the nation when it comes to cherry production. 70% of the United States supply of tart cherries, they rank first in production right here. And we are the leading producer in the world of Montmorency tart cherries, known as America's superfruit. If you'd like to find out all the good things about Montmorency tart cherries, might be a really good idea to go ahead and Google it and find out a little bit more. We produced just under 180 million pounds of tart cherries in 2024, and the value on it was better than $22.5 million. And of course, Traverse City, home of the National Cherry Festival, is the cherry capital of the world. So happy Cherry Day. happy National Cherry Day. Well, we're not going to talk about cherries right now, but I think we're going to talk about another industry that's really big in Michigan, the sugar beet industry. Along with me, Kevin Messing with Michigan Sugar Company. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Terry.
How's everything going?
Things are going well. It's a little warm and foggy out here, but things are going good.
Well, hopefully we don't have a repeat of last February.
No, the 10-day forecast looks still pretty good for beet storage and ice fishing, if that's your thing. I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, maybe a little snow cover will help us a little bit, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that is coming up here pretty quick, just a matter of 3 days, is going to be the Sugar Beet Summit. Tell us a little bit more about that, Kevin.
Yeah, so that's, again, a few years ago, we went to this larger format to bring in multiple sessions and give everybody, a choice of some different topics to go learn about. So you'll get to hear from Neil, our CEO, about our new quality payment system again, Corey Guza about how to grow quality beets, as well as topics from another range of, areas from drones to fertility and cercospora, kind of the whole gamut of sugar beet topics.
And it all starts at the Curtis Hall, Saginaw Valley State University. About what time?
SDSU. I believe it's at 9:00, Terry, but forgive me, I don't have the schedule in front of me. But yeah, Curtis Hall, where we've had annual meetings and summits in the past, that same big theater there at SDSU.
And you're going to have a lot of breakout sessions too. So for more information, how can we get an idea of where those or what those breakout sessions are going to be?
Yeah, I believe the agenda is posted on the website in Ag Updates, and we'll have that the morning of the meeting there too. So all the information for Summit should be right available on the Michigan Sugar website.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kevin. You have a great day. We'll probably see you on Thursday.
Yep, sounds great, Terry. I'll see you then. All
righty, Kevin Messing with Michigan Sugar Company. Kevin's report brought to you today by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane. They can take care of you, whether it's fuel, propane, lubricants, diesel, exhaust fluid, and all your energy needs. It's everything under one roof at fosteroil.com, or give them a call and find out how they can best serve you. Foster Blue Water Oil, family owned and operated with over 80 years experience, integrity to keep you moving forward. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big or too small. Fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in the big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com. Matthew, who do we have up now?
Up next, we have Jerry Samalski from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
Jerry, good morning. How are you?
Wonderful, Terry. Just listening to your earlier speakers there and callers. We're nursery landscape, the number one specialty crop in Michigan, and number 4 in the nation. So our urban agriculture and our growing ornamental crops in Michigan is quite large also.
Yep. So for more information, we'll be talking a whole lot more about it as the weather is going to be ever changing here over the next few weeks. Nice weather, cold weather, snow, rain, ice. It's all going to come at us, and you'll have some tips on how we can protect our delicate stuff out there.
One of the things I would like to make a quick comment about is over the weekend I was walking and almost stepping on marbles, i.e. leftover salt. So let's not oversalt right now. That has real detrimental effects to the plants around it. So as we go forward with all that ice and snow, let's be careful to use ice melt judiciously.
Good suggestion. You take care. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Eric Sawatsky with Yo & Yo Accounting joining us right now. And Eric, let's talk a little bit on employee new hire documentation.
Yeah, Terry, for any small businesses that have employees, whether it's one or many, a couple things that really should be included in the employee file. And one, especially now with the government looking at immigration and verifying that employees are really here legally and the laws are being followed. every file on an employee when they're new or an existing employee should have them fill out the W-4 forms, which tells you the withholding, tax withholdings that'll come out of their paycheck. There's a second form for brand new hires that has some information on the employee that will go to the state of Michigan, a new hire registration form. And then probably the most important right now is called a Form I-9. And that's actually something required, has been for a number of years by the Department of Homeland Security. And basically it asks each employer to verify some documentation that the employee is here working legally, whether they're a citizen or whether they're here on a work visa or whatever the case may be. Those documents actually have to be reviewed by the employer and documented on this Form I-9. So there should be a Form I-9 filled out and verified by the employer in every single employee file, whether they've been around for many, many years or they're a brand new hire. We're starting to hear more about I-9 audits from the IRS, and I would expect more of that coming, or from the government, because they're really going to be cracking down a lot more on people here illegally and not working here with proper documentation. So something, if you get a chance, obviously with new hires, we want to do this, but even going back through existing employee files, make sure you have a valid I-9 on file.
Very good. Eric, thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
Eric Swatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. Lots of things coming up. One thing that we do want to pass along, that if you are a potato grower, you do need to vote on a program change. There is going to be a referendum that voting that is starting today and going through the 14th of February. The Michigan Department of Agriculture is requesting the proposed amendment to the program, including an assessment cap increase up to 9.5% or cents, I should say, per hundredweight on potatoes grown here in the state. So check that out. Again, if you have not received a ballot and you are a potato producer, might be a good idea to contact the Michigan Department of Agriculture. Lots more coming up. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around. We now conclude our program, and we'll join you after Mark Lee Van Camp and Robbins on WSGW.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.